you're looking at Marwa the Amazing, who holds various world records for hula hooping. She's made it into the Guinness Book of Records. The latest edition is out today, and she's demonstrating just here in the front of the main BBC building, new broadcasting house, showing us some of the skills that she can do. I'm going to try and talk to you, Marwa, while you're doing it. There, do you want to pick up a few and keep going? I'm going to talk to you about some of the records you've got. So, tell me what records you hold.
I've got the record for the most hoops spun by an individual. Also, the fastest 100 metres.
And how many?
Oh, it's a lot. Do you want to guess, or you want to? How many do you reckon?
Well, I'll tell you what, I won't guess. Why don't you have a guess? How many is the world record for the most hula hoops being spun at the same time? We'll keep an eye on your comments and see if you can get the right answer. So, yeah. Don't give that away too soon. What other records do you have?
I've also got the fastest 100 metres while spinning hoops. Yesterday I got a new one which was the fastest 50 metres, which was really, really quick. And also the fastest 100 metres in high-heeled roller skates. And then, yeah.
Sorry, in high-heeled roller skates? I mean, I'm wondering, you're probably wondering as well, how do you come up with these ideas for records to break? Because some of them seem quite obscure. High-heeled roller skates?
Yeah, definitely. I think the high-heeled roller skates thing, like there are records for roller skating already, but the high-heeled roller skates are pretty unique, so it was like an extra challenge. It's all like about making things more difficult. Some of the records are for skating and hooping at the same time and things like that.
Talking of challenges, actually, tell me if you're okay with this. Just a thought. If you've got any particular tricks or challenges you'd like to see Marwa do, give us what you'd like to see, and we'll see if Marwa can do that for you. As you can see around us, we've got quite an audience. I think if anyone hovers for too long, they're going to have to get involved. So we'll see if anyone's up for that. We'll train them up. So so with the presumably you're trained in circus skills and acrobatics. Tell us about that, how you got into it.
I trained at the National Institute of Circus Arts in Australia, so I have a 3-year bachelor degree of circus, and I specialised in trapeze and hula hoops.
Good stuff. I think we're going to try and find someone to get involved. Let's see. No, everyone's turning away. Everyone's gone shy. We'll try and get them in a minute. We'll try and get people involved in a minute. Tell you what. Let's have a chat. Oh, let's see. Folks, you've been watching. Come and have a go. She's a world class agri.
He's running away.
I'm sure we'll find some people willing to join in. We'll see if we can get anyone involved. Of course, lunchtime. No, everyone's going very shy. Marwa, I'll tell you what. Let's get you doing some more spinning with us. Do it with a few more. And while you're doing that,
This is my favourite trick. This is my favourite hula hoop trick. It's an arm trick. 4 hoops, and then, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan.
wow. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Right, you keep going. I'm going to bring Marco in. Marco is the head of records at Guinness. Marco, don't get too close. We don't want to do an injury. Tell me, when you're compiling the book, what are you looking for? Do people approach you with ideas for records? Do you approach them?
People approach us. We get about 1,000 applications from people all over the world who have a record idea, or they know something or somebody and they want to be in the book. Who doesn't? And then we kind of verify all of these applications by applying our criteria. So every record has to meet at least 4 criteria. First of all, every record must be measurable. Like, for example, the most beautiful eyes of my girlfriend that we get a lot of applications for is not a measurable record. And then they have to be verifiable, so longest dream wouldn't count because you can't prove it. And they have to be standardizable as well and breakable. And if they all meet these tick boxes, then they are eligible to become world records.
Okay. So tell us, give us some of the highlights from this year's edition.
This year is really about space. There is a very good introduction about, look at that.
I am listening. We are listening to what Marco's saying, but we've got Marwa In case you're just joining the Facebook Live, Marwa the Amazing, to give her full name, is a cabaret artist from Australia. She has the Guinness World Record for various records involving hula hoops, and she's demonstrating for them some of those for us now. If there's any particular tricks you'd like to see her try and do, send us those and we'll put those to her. But Marco, tell us more about some of the highlights from this year's book.
So there's a lot of sessions about the space. There's spacewalks. There's interviews with famous astronauts like Chris Hadfield, for example, who's an amazing inspirational speaker and also has a record for the first man who's ever actually done a music video from space. He sang Space Odyssey, actually. A Space Oddity from space, which was a first. And then, of course, we have a lot of other sort of space-related
Marco, sorry, I'm just going to cut you off because we have a little bit of an audience. I'm just wondering, can we convince you to have a go with Marwa? Can she give you a little lesson?
No, sorry, I did.
No?
No.
Oh, no one's that keen to have a go. We'll get someone. Sorry, Marco. Carry on.
One of the things that I really like in this year's book is a section dedicated to things that you can do at home yourself. So do try this at home. And there's different sections, what you can do in your kitchen. So we've got, for example, most peeled and eaten bananas in 1 minute. We've got what you can do in your backyard. For example, you can do space hopping or pogo sticking. What you can do in your bedroom, and it's not what you think.
We've got a volunteer. We're going to watch Marwa
All right.
giving a bit of a quick lesson on hula hooping.
Come on now. All right.
Here we go. We've been waiting for some volunteers to come along. Oh. Marwa just saying she's going to leave it there in case someone changes their mind and wants to join in. Right, here we go.
So you just push it into your lower back, you wind it up, and then you just give it a push. You don't have to go like this or like this. It's just like there's a string in your belly button. You just give it a straight push, forwards and backwards.
But keep it pressed into the back.
Exactly,
Right.
like you're doing sit-ups.
Okay.
Just a little one. Forward. There you go. Hey, faster. You gotta push it though. No, you did some knee. You did some knee stuff.
Right, okay. So take
1,
two.
2, straight push. Forward. Maybe try this one. Maybe two. You've got it. Yeah. Forward. Expert. Forwards.
Still going. Look, still going.
Yeah.
Still going. Just to say, we had some comments just while Mara was carrying on with her mini class. Let me bring you some of the comments. Helen said she would like to break the record for raising the most money for the Poppy Appeal. That's a very nice sentiment behind that one. Angela says she'd like to break the record for the longest living person, but admits that it could take a while. So best of luck with both of those records if you're aiming for those. We might get some advice from Marco on how you go about setting a record. Here's...
Big push. Go. Faster.
You're so good.
That's it.
Do you think you might have found a rival?
I think this might be the next expert because you know what he's got? He's got height on me. And height is the thing. That's what you need to be able to fit more hoops in. It's only between your knees and your shoulders for the record. So he's got a really good chance.
And I'll just bring you some comments. Patricia, who's watching from Johannesburg in South Africa, just says, wow. Says wow. So, Patricia, thank you for that. Faisal makes a good point, actually. He's very self-deprecating. He says, I think I'd break the record for the fattest guy hula hooping.
Just need a bigger hoop, Faisal. That's all. It's all it comes down to. Everybody thinks they can't do it. I spend my whole day talking to people that go, I can't do it. It's because you're trying to use one of those hoops from the pound store, those little tiny lightweight ones. It's too difficult. You need a bigger hoop. Once you have a big hoop, it needs to come up to your hip, and then you're off.
So Faisal, there you go. No excuses anymore. Faisal, we want to see you in the next Book of Records.
Yeah. Hey.
And when you're showing people how to do it,
Yes.
what are the best tips if people want to get good?
Here's the breakdown.
Thank you very much.
Oh, have a great day.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, number one is this is our selection that we have to work with today. So this is what you'd get from the pound shop. Obviously not as shiny as that, but a very small hoop. But you can see this one is much bigger. So this one I'm using is 36 inches in diameter, and that's a good one. I'm 5'4", so give or take. But most people use something around that size. And then once you've got a big, heavy adult hoop like that, you're going to push it into your lower back, you wind it up, and then without panicking or doing anything crazy, you just give it a straight push. It's not got a battery in it, I promise. You just go 1, 2, 3, and you push it, and then it goes around. And then to keep it going, you just go forwards and backwards, you keep your legs straight, and it's like there's a string in your belly button, and you just keep pushing like that. If you start bending your knees or going like this or doing some crazy thing, you're gonna drop it. So.
All right, just going to interrupt you because we asked people to guess. You hold the world record for the most number of hula hoops at
Yes.
once. We asked people to guess how many it was. We've had one guess. Someone saying 55.
Ooh.
What do you think? Close?
Nope.
No, not even close. Not even
Not
close.
even
Keep guessing.
close.
Keep guessing. Carry on. Show us with a few more.
Yes.
And then we'll carry on talking to Marco. Marco, can I bring you back in as well?
I want Marava to teach me to do one hula hoop.
Are you gonna have a go?
I want to have a go. I mean, as a statute, because we work for Guinness World Records, we can't hold records ourselves. But I want to
Oh,
have
is
a go.
that one
at
of the
least.
rules? If
Well,
you
it's-
work for Guinness World
well,
Records, you can't be a record holder.
we can't be a record holder. We are officials. So, but at least I can have a try now.
In which case, if there was a record you could try and aim for, because we had people suggesting someone wants to try and raise the biggest amount of money for the Poppy Appeal, someone else wants to become the longest living person.
Yep.
That was Angela, about longest living person. Helen wants to break the money record for the most money raised for the Poppy Appeal charity. If you've got any suggestions for world records that you might like to do, why not mention those as well? Which ones would you? Mara, do you want to give us a demonstration while we're chatting? But
Well,
what?
I have a dog, and it's taking me ages just to teach him how to sit. And there is a record for the most dog tricks done in 1 minute, which is 32, and I'd love to be able to beat that record. But it will take me ages, I think. And maybe my dog is not record-breaking material. I don't know.
We'll see. Mara, well, keep going, but we've had a guess. The most number that you hold the record for, Al, is saying 86.
Ooh, ow.
No?
No. I mean, you're getting closer, but no.
Okay, so that means that Atom, who suggested 40,
Oh no, Adam, it's gonna blow your mind.
not even close. Keep going for us, Mara. But Marco, just another question. Someone, it's Juris this time, has commented saying would like to break a record of speed feeding bananas to chimpanzees. Is that a record that's held? Is that one that you'd consider, or is that a bit too wacky?
It's. I don't think this is a record we'd be able to accept because that would kind of like force feeding, like of animals. We don't do. We only do like so humans eating records, and they're normally just for 1 minute. So like a very short amount of time. I don't think we would be able to do a record for feeding animals.
Chimpanzee was feeding him the bananas.
That's a good twist.
There you go. Yeah.
Twist, I see what you've done. Very good. Olufemi said he'd like the record of being the most humble man in the world. That's a very nice one, actually.
It's a very nice
but
record,
not
but it's
measurable.
No, it wouldn't be measurable unless you can come up with with a way of measuring how humble a person is. But
You mentioned something there about the animals. Obviously, you wouldn't do anything that would cause distress to animals.
Yeah.
I just wonder, with some of them, they're quite daring. Do you have a limit for safety? Do you draw the line somewhere? Because obviously you don't want people injuring themselves or risking their lives to get a world record, do you?
Well, it's not really about danger. It's really about level of skill. So we have records for every possible human activity. We've got from people training dogs to do things, hula hooping. We've got a man this year in the book who has been in full body burn for 5 minutes and 41 seconds. And so this record requires a lot of preparation, and it's designed for like stuntmen who know what they're doing. So every record requires a different and specific set of skills. And so that would be dangerous to me. I think it would be dangerous if I tried the record for the most hula hoops spun in a minute, I think. But it isn't for Marwa.
You mentioned about dogs, and people's pets often get a lot of attention, don't they, when it comes to records. Alex wants to know about the dog with the longest tail.
Yes, it's an amazing record, actually. The tail of this dog is, I think it's like, I've got it written it down because I forgot. It's 38 centimeters, only the tail. So we measure the tail from, the beginning of it and the end, the tip of the tail, just looking at the bone. And it's a record that has been coming to us as an application. We liked it, we measured it, we had the vets involved, and we've approved it, and now it's in the book.
And the length of the tail was?
38 centimeters.
38 centimetres, so that's over a foot long?
Yeah,
Over a foot
it's
long.
Over a foot long.
So we're going to go back to Marwa. You may have seen the big stash of hula hoops on the ground. Go on.
Is it time?
Give us the demonstration. Right, we're going to stand back. Okay, right. The guesses are still coming in for how many the record is for the most hula hoops. We are now into triple digits. I think someone has got it. We will tell you. The answer in just a few minutes' time. But if you can answer a question while you're doing it,
Yes.
really put you on the spot. Nicholas wants to know: is there a record for the most hula hoops done underwater? Is that even possible?
There is, Nicholas, and it's so annoying because I went and got my scuba license just to try and do it, and I couldn't do it to save myself. I don't know how he does it. Shrita Furman, who is the world record holder for the most world records held, it's like, how many records has he got? Hundreds. 300 records? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got over 150.
Shrita's like my total hero. So he has like 300 records or something insane like that, and he has a few for hula hooping, including the largest hula hoop, but he also has hula hooping underwater. So he has like the scuba gear on, and then he's down, and he's also got dolphins going around. He's in Florida Keys, and he has a little metal hula hoop, and there's a video on YouTube just smashing like this. I went down in the tank. I went in the pool. I tried steel hula hoops with holes. I couldn't get it to spin.
Well, I tell you
Shrita, you're a genius.
We've got some more comments, but you go for it, and we'll come to those. We've got comments from Faisal and Baby and Austin. We'll mention those comments in just a moment.
This isn't the world record, but you can try and guess. This is like a mini stack if people want to try and guess.
This is a mini stack. This is just a fraction of the number that Marwa holds the record for. So this is impressive. We saw this a little earlier.
Oh, one down.
Impressive stuff, great stuff. And Kingles who's watching. Oh, you've got an audience here. There we go. Kingles says mad skills, absolutely mad skills.
Hey.
Faisal has a question. Says, do you get cramp?
Do I what?
Do you ever get cramp
Oh,
while
you
doing
must-
it?
No. Tough. Yep. Strong
So,
abs.
I think you've inspired quite a lot of people, Marwa. There are people wanting to. Sorry, I'll let you
Again,
catch
you
your
wanna do it
breath.
again?
I'll let you catch your breath.
more?
But here's a interesting. I don't know if you know the answer to this. Karen wants to know: can you do hula hoops in zero gravity? Can you do hula hoops in space?
I did. This is a fabulous story. Boeing, okay, I'm going to get this wrong. The astrophysicists, Boeing guys in LA, because I live in LA half the year, invited me to their conference this year, and I did a show for them because it was all about satellites and hoops and spinning. And one of the guys who works for Boeing is friends with the guy that has the anti-gravity plane. I'm working on it.
So that could be the next one.
That could be the next one.
Really
Maybe
good
not the
question.
underwater, yeah.
Really good question,
I
Karen.
wanna
Thank
know.
you very much for that. Okay, Riaz, who's filming this, he's filming us Facebook Live, is now pointing at the hoop and pointing at me. So
Are you ready?
I've been
Should we
watching other
switch?
people.
Do you want me to hold
Do you,
the mic so you can...
no, you're going to have to do it with me. Hang on,
Alright.
let's see. Riaz, will you hold the mic? Here we go. Right. I'm trying to read your comments as well. Here we go.
I can hold the mic and...
Right, here we go.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, are you ready? So you're going to push it into your lower back. Yeah, you're going to wind it up. Are you breathing? You got to breathe. So keep your legs straight. You're going to wind it up and you're going to give it a big straight push. And then just forwards and back. There you go. And now push it. Push it. You got to push. You got the first bit right. Now you just got to add, like there's a string in your belly button. Forwards, forwards, forwards. Go, 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 go. That's it. Faster, faster, faster. He's close. He's close. He's going to get it. One more. So when you've got the push, everything's right. And then you just, forwards, forwards, forwards. That's it. More, 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 more. This is how much you're moving, though. This is how much you're moving.
Your record is safe. Don't worry, your record is safe. Your record is safe. I just want to bring in a couple more comments before we finish up. Adita from New York, who's watching in New York. Adita, hello to you. Says, lovely accent. Where are you from?
Oh, Melbourne originally. But it's a bit mixed up from, yeah.
There we go. And I'm just going to quickly see if any other
There's the Melbourne
comments.
people. No, Melbourne people.
I think we have got people watching in Melbourne. We've got about 5,000 watching
Hey.
this, so hopefully you've inspired others. And Marco was talking you through quite a few people suggesting. Marco, just very quickly, quite a few people suggesting some other records they would like to try and break. Austin would like to see the longest farm in the world.
The longest farm, as in like a farm, like in agricultural farm.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's like a building, maybe the longest building. That sounds measurable. I think you should make an application for it.
I think Carlton's one might fall by the wayside, saying, I want to live the serenest life. You can't measure that. That's the key. You've got to be able to measure it.
We'd all like
How do you measure serenity? Come back with an answer and we might put you on to Marco. And I think we're going to wrap it up there. But I know that you want to see one more demonstration. Not from me. Not from me. Not from Marco, as good as he is. You want to see Marwa the Amazing.
Are you going to tell them how many?
Oh, yes. Yes. Why don't you tell them? So we were asking you earlier. Marwa holds the record for the most hula hoops spun at once. She holds the world record. We were asking you to guess how many. How many do you hold the record for spinning at the same time?
When I started doing it, it was 102 hoops. But now, after many what do you say? Re-ups? Re-ups. It's now.
Let's go with re-ups. I like that. Re-ups. Re-ups. It's a word even if it wasn't before.
Perfect. 200.
200.
200. It's really, really heavy. And I hope I never have to do it again.
It's really heavy and it's really, I can tell you, having tried with one, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That is impressive stuff. So I think we're going to finish with this. We're going to do the stack, mini stack. This is a mini stack compared with what Marwa the Amazing can do. I think let's do it. You've got a bit of an audience. So go for it. Here we go. Wonderful stuff. Marwa, that was brilliant. And you got quite an audience here. You've had quite an audience on Facebook Live. Thank you very much for watching this Facebook Live. Thank you so much for all your comments. It's been great to have those. And hopefully we got to yours or your questions. We got through as many of those as possible. Thank you very much for watching.